practice the silence which favors the spirit, so that it will find its God. That silence is like a fountain of knowledge, and all who penetrate into it will be filled with the clearness of my wisdom. The silence is like a closed place with indestructible walls, to which only the spirit has access. Man constantly carries within his innermost the knowledge of the secret place, in which he can communicate with God. You can communicate with your Father wherever you are, for that place is of no consequence. It can be at the top of a mountain, or if you find yourself in the depth of a valley, in the commotion of a city, in the peace of your home, or in the midst of a struggle. If you seek me in the interior of your sanctuary, in the midst of the deep silence of your elevation, the doors of the universal and invisible temple will be opened instantly, so that you feel yourself truly in the house of the Father, which exists in each spirit. When the pain of your ordeals overwhelm you, and your afflictions of life annihilate your senses, if you experience an intense desire to obtain a little peace, retire to your chamber or seek the silence, the solitude of the countryside. There, elevate your spirit, guided by its conscience, and enter into meditation. The silence is the kingdom of the spirit, a kingdom that is invisible to human eyes. At the moment of penetrating the spiritual ecstasy, the awakening of the superior senses is obtained. Intuition surges, the inspiration glows, the future is perceived, and the spiritual life touches what is distant and makes possible what before seemed impossible. If you wish to penetrate the silence of this sanctuary, of this ark, you yourselves should be the ones to prepare the way, for only with true purity will you be able to penetrate it. In it exist gifts and missions which only await the arrival of the hour of your preparation, to lodge within your spirit and convert you into prophets and teachers. In that ark is all the past, the present, and the future of all beings. There is the manna of the Spirit, the bread of eternal life, of which I said through Jesus that whoever eats of that bread will never die. Your spirit has rejoiced while listening to my word, and has found an opportunity to fulfill its mission among this group of laborers that I am forming. How many afflictions you forget while you are dedicated to this blessed work of advising, healing, and comforting your fellow men. Your spirit has been strengthened, and the flesh has been healed. Therefore I tell you that he who gives peace, healing balsam, or practices charity in any of its countless forms, will see multiplied in himself that which he gave. In that manner I am separating you from the false pleasures of the world, from what is superfluous, so that your heart will be cleansed and always be worthy for my charity to pass through it to the needy. Thus you will not go back to contaminate yourselves by the wickedness which prevails everywhere. That inner and outer clarity is essential in my disciples, for only thus will you be believed by your brethren when you arise to extend these good news. Only by having the heart healthy and clean will good deeds emanate from it, and from your lips words of light. Along your way you will find darkness and confusion, and the only strength and power that you will have to overcome falsity with the truth will be precisely the clearness of your feelings, the purity of your deeds. Do not forget that although before your fellow men you might pretend to manifest the truth without possessing it, you will not be able to deceive me. Your transformation should be profound and truthful, to such an extent that you will notice it in the spirituality with which your children come to the world. Those new generations which are a promise for mankind, men healthy of body and spirit, not slaves of temptation, or victims of the falsehood of their brethren, but beings capable of loving me with dignity and loving their fellow men with truth. The time approaches when the adversaries of my doctrine will arise and lie in wait for you, wanting to destroy your seed. But I tell you that if you look after it as your sacred heritage, if you are vigilant over what I have entrusted to you, no power will destroy what you sow with love, and in my name within the heart of your brethren. Practice my word, preach with actions, testify with good deeds, words and thoughts, and your testimony will be worthy of my teaching.